Welcome back, friends. Uncle Mark here, just working on my F-150. I'm going to show you how you can get your spare tire out from wherever it's hidden. It's not that hard to do. You'll want to know how to do it before you get a flat, if you ever do get a flat. Watch this for a few minutes and hopefully learn something. Make sure you've got some clothes on that you can get dirty, because you're going to get dirty. So of course the spare, if you don't know, is under the truck. It's windy. Anyway, your tools are under this seat. There's a jack, and this is just where all your pieces are for your crank. So we're just going to show you how to take the tire off. I'm not going to show you how to get the jack out of there. Maybe that's for another video. So use the tailgate here to show you what's in this little pack. It just has some tie straps or Velcro holding it together. So just pop it open and you'll see what's in the kit here. It's one of these kind of, there's your tire iron, and it's actually the crank handle. This does work, but kind of Mickey Mouse if you ask me, but whatever. Those just click together. Take the other one too. So this hook, well, let's snap it in there for a minute. So this hook just goes through this handle here, but there's two ways it can go on, and I've put it on the wrong way. Need to flip that around. So the way you think it should go on the other way. Flip it around, and then it ends up sticking out the right way, so then you can crank her. Now you need your keys, because you should have this locking piece here. Flip that open. I know it's kind of upside down. And if you've never had this out, which I've never had it out, it may be a big fight. You might have to push the key in as you're turning. I'm going to have to lube that up after. Anyway, we'll figure out how that works later. And that's where you're going to put this apparatus. Stick that one end in there. And I see I was snagging some kind of wires. As you can see, it's going to go into almost like a funnel. Makes it so that you almost can't miss hitting it. So you want to stick it all the way in, and then you can turn it. That's kind of what it looks like. You're probably not going to be able to see it because the tire is going to be hanging up here. I've taken the tire out to show you how this all fits in here. So just push it all the way in, and then just jiggle it left to right, and you'll feel that it's locked in. Then just counterclockwise start turning it. And it should crank down. I'm just going to make sure and see it's freely coming down. Yep. More important when you're putting it up to make sure that it's going the right way. So far, so easy, huh? This tire is very heavy. I should have weighed it. Now you want to take this out the middle. I'll show you how from a different angle. Might as well get yourself lots of cable here. Now if we flip this over here, you'll see how this hangs. You just put it on an angle and make it go through the hole, and then pull it out the top. And now you have your tire. Easy enough. So I've shown you how to take it out. We're going to put it back in, but why not do a few checks first? Now somewhere here it should say what the tire pressure is. This one says 44 pounds per square inch maximum, 300 kilopascals. So I'm going to put it at maximum because you know that a little bit of air is probably going to leak out. I thought I'd use one of these tire crayons to just make it easier to see, because when it's hanging upside down in there, you can't see these numbers. But this grease pencil is not going to work. Not the way I wanted it to. You probably could read it. So what I figured what I'm going to do is just clean a little spot here, put a little bit of tire spit on there, clean it up a little bit. I'm just going to write the number down with this tire crayon, just because this is the spare. No one's going to see it anyway. But I'm just thinking one day when you want to check the spare tire and you don't remember how many pounds air is supposed to have in there, you'll be able to see it. Well, I'll be able to see it. So let's see what's in here. I don't know when the last time was I checked it. It's been a couple of years. You'll need one of these special tire pressure gauges that goes up to, 50 pounds for sure. It looks like we're sitting about 30 pounds. I need it about there somewhere. So on this gauge anyway, it starts off at 10 pounds. So this one does 10 to 150. So on this one, the big line is actually what the number is just above it. So I have to do it a few times there, get it back up to 44 pounds. Now you want to hang it upside down so that you can always check your tire pressure while it's in on the truck. You flip it the other way, which could work. The downside is you will never be able to check your tire pressure. You'll have to go through all this trouble, take it apart. I'm just trying to save you some time here. So put it back in the way you got it in the first place. I might as well do a little bit of maintenance here. Lube this spring up a little bit. This probably isn't as important as the cable is, but it's probably going to get wet, so instead of it rusting solid or something. And now we can let it try and drag back in under there. Like I say, this thing, I don't know what this weighs, but I'm a 250-pound weakling and I'm having enough trouble with it. I'm going to spray up in this mechanism too. I'm just using some fluid film. It's really good for stopping rust from happening. I'm going to try this cable too. And as I'm taping this, then my camera goes crazy and it goes into slow motion, which is a cool effect, but recording it with my phone and must have bumped something. So you don't know this, but I've already put this up. I got to re-record this because the whole thing's in slow motion and it'll take half an hour just to watch this. Now see that shield there in front of the tire? You're going to want to make sure that the tire doesn't hang up on that. And just make sure it goes up straight in here. Just so that, if it went kind of cockeyed or something like that on an angle, it might loosen later. So just crank it up. The mechanism is strong enough to pull it on its own, but I'm just making it a little easier maybe for myself to crank it. I don't know. Got to be careful how it goes up here now. You'll see there's a couple different things that it's not going to go up straight. It could get hung up on some things. You might have to grab it and kind of straighten it out a little bit. This might be good if you had two people. One could hold the tire level. You don't want it to get caught on that shield. Again, we mentioned it so that the tire doesn't sit against the exhaust pipe. It's just more a safety kind of thing, because it would melt it. Possibly. So all sorts of stuff could get hung up under here. Plus, I don't want this thing getting loose later. So. You just want to make sure that it isn't sitting funny against anything here. the shield on this side. Sorry, hopefully I'm not making you sick. I'm going to be fussy and make sure that it sits. See, it's kind of pinching on one side there a little bit, so I'm going to just loosen it a teeny bit and grab with my hand and try and just pull it closer to the bumper. There you go. It's going to sit against my hitch. And just let it up all the way. And you'll see where there's a point where it won't tighten anymore. It'll still turn, but you'll hear it slipping. And then we just have to put this apparatus away now. Now it's got little, well, let's take this off first. Unhook this. There you go. It's got a piece right there you can push. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to push the button a little further down. It's been a long day. It's taken all day to do this because I was doing some other things too. So push that right there. I've got some stuff in the bloopers where I'm a moron and trying to unhook it. But anyway, then just throw this thing back together in here. Not really sure how it goes, but I'm thinking this piece probably fits in here with the flap. Just because it does sit on a right angle. I'm guessing. And then just stick everything else in there. Should all fit. Whichever way it all fits in there. You want to make sure you put it all back because when you need this, if it's not sitting where it's supposed to be, you're going to be upset. However it goes. Just about done. Then it's got this Velcro strapping or whatever. Just stick it through one of the loops, I guess. And then if you fold it back on itself, the Velcro will just hold itself on there. Be easy to do if I had this balancing somewhere else, even in my lap. But of course I'm trying to film it just in case you're wondering. Sit it back on itself and I'm sure it'll be fine. It's going to be sitting under the seat anyway, so it's not going to fall anywhere. But you may not want it jingling as you're driving, right? Wondering, what's that jingling? There, it's done. Don't forget to put it back where it belongs. Now, can't forget this too, the lock. This is just since somebody hopefully can't steal your tire. I'm just going to, it's starting to rust, so I'm going to spray some fluid film all over it. And I probably should have pre-fitted it before I sprayed it all on there because it only goes in one way. And so it's hard to see here, but it's, you want to set it so that everything is as flat as it can be. If you look, there's a bump there, but if you turn it this way, it's more flat. Look at it a little bit, you'll figure it out. And it looks like the cap that goes over your key faces down. I thought I could face it the other way, but there's no way. This is the way it wants to sit. Whatever. And I've never used this before. It needs some lock graphite in there.
So that's going to do it for the video. Not impossible to do. I don't know what that tire weighs, but it weighs a few pounds. You'll want to make sure you got your muscles for it. Hopefully it's got air in it too. Remember to put it so that the air stem faces down so that you can just, go into the truck and just check your air pressure anytime you want because it could fluctuate depending on temperatures. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want in the corner there if you haven't already. I'll put an F150 playlist up in the corner here too. You can check out some of the other ones there too that we've done. Always adding to the list too. Glad you joined us for this little time here. Until next time and the next video, I'm Mark saying bye-bye for now.
Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number one. Also, give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Plus, please subscribe and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Testing 1, 2, 3.